course, when we talked about Julie that time, he's like, "Fuck that bitch." You broke my friend's heart. I should have her on Facebook.
And that's why I say, like, legit, I bet I should have a
on-air deal.
No, like a waiver you got to sign.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I couldn't sign that
Dude,
waiver.
you had
all the money in the world. I
No,
would not
but
sign
I'm
that
just
waiver.
saying, bro, you had me watch like a 3-hour fucking video.
I felt bad too. I was like, damn, bro, I'm
Because
sorry.
I was like, man, I can't fucking screw him over. So I'm watching it, and then I kind of even forgot what you said, and I texted him, I was like, what did you say? And then he said, oh, about so and so, and then I heard it all. I was like, fuck. I hope I didn't hear it, because I didn't hear it, and I texted him.
I'm one of those people that, man, it'll eat me up.
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
fucking day. The whole day I was there just like, I'm supposed to be working and shit. I'm like, God,
Can't think, concentrate and shit.
The episode came out.
has he seen it yet?
The episode came out. He's all.
I had to re-listen to it again.
So I'm gonna take an
Hey,
hour.
I don't think y'all want to listen to this one.
I'm gonna take an hour and a half lunchbox.
Yeah.
It's 6 in the morning.
I gotta edit a podcast.
I gotta edit. JP hired me.
I was about to run in and break everybody's phone. Y'all don't want to listen to this shit. I'm telling y'all, it sucks.
I can see just fucking everybody's phone
I
up.
thought you said he was good. No, he sucks.
Not this week. Not this week.
He was talking about my hat too.
Yeah. So like I said, I think I'm gonna start doing non-disclosures. Like, all right, fuckers.
You need to get a little on-air button. That way I can go.
But you've been here for some wild stories or no? Like off air.
Yeah, off air. Yeah.
So like, I'm just saying, if I was an asshole and put that out on like Patreon, I think I'd be fucking rich.
Yeah,
dude.
you
Oh,
would.
dude, that's
A lot of motherfuckers would not be married no more.
yes.
But
I've thought of that many times. When, like you said, when I go home, I'm like, man, was JP actually recording that shit? Does Ramos have a mic? I was all worried and shit. Bro.
God dang.
Like some of the
Hell,
stuff
you're
I'm
flamsing
saying,
out.
Yeah, some of the stuff like, oh my.
I always tell y'all fuckers is if that light's red, it's recording.
Yeah.
If it ain't red, then we're good.
Yeah, then we're good.
You're gonna catch me every time looking over.
Yeah, you good, Mike? Cause I'm sweaty.
Kind of hot here, guys.
You're like, and my gay cousin. Oh fuck! Never mind.
Hey,
Cut that out. Cut that out.
so that's when the donkey came in. And oh wait. Fuck.
No, my family listens to this shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, now you know my mom listens to it now because she messages this for all the time.
Yes.
That's good job, mijo.
That's badass though.
That's all love, bro. And from the bottom of my fucking heart, it means the world to me, dude. For
And
real.
as a friend of the show, bro, and just as a friend in life, I love that too. When I see people's family, even if it's your own family, but people that just give a shit. Because I think if the world just had a little bit more of give a shit. Now I get it. Everybody has lives. They may not have all the time in the world to listen to every episode, but when you support somebody doing what you're doing, you're not doing anything negative. You're talking about your people and your community and your love for tech and stuff like that. So it's cool to see family like that. You know, interact with it because your mom can give you shit about it and you never know it can. Like it can heal some shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, for
therapy.
sure.
You know,
Yeah,
when
for
me and
sure.
Eric, we've talked about it too. Me and Eric was talking about last time. It's like therapy. Some people get different things from it. The houses, you know, they talk about their uncle and can bring somebody together, drink a shot of whiskey together, or a beer together.
But it's therapeutic for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt,
You know,
bro.
like not for other like. Just
That's what
for
I told Ramos that this morning because I gave Ramos their deal too, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, bro, I said, I just tell you straight out, dog, that new episode, badass, bro. I loved it. I said, what's crazy is I'm getting to the point now where, you know, I used to listen to like Joe Rogan, all them big podcasts. I said, now I'll look for everybody's podcast here. And I'll listen to it every week. And then if there's not one episode, I'm like, man, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
JP, hey, man, what's up?
And
dude?
there's a few loyal ones that, Puga and San Juan, they'll give them shit.
Yeah.
I remember at first someone would text me.
But you're talking about their podcast, right?
Yeah,
one
there's
that was-
and Ramos and
Oh,
friends.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
that's what I told Ramos. I go, because he was kind of, I don't know, iffy, if that's the word, about putting his episode out, and I go, bro. People have asked me, hey, when the fuck is Ramos's next episode? He's like, oh, for real?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, dude. Like, yeah.
And shout out to that because I'm learning the Matrix. I'll listen to your show on my Apple, on my porn phone, and I'll listen to it and let it play. But then I'll watch the episode so because I just like to.
Yeah, you like to watch it.
So if I'm if I want to listen to it, I'll have the volume up and I'll put the volume down on the show, knocking two birds out with one stone. So what I've started going to do, like when I take a nap or I'm working out or working, I'll go back to the Ponejo show, and even I started checking out E for Everything and Ramos' show too.
Yeah.
And then I've only been able to catch like 3 or 4 of the Donnie Flamingo stuff, but I like that. So because it's a different crowd for different everybody. But what I'll start doing is I'll put them on and let them play, bro. You know what I mean? Just let them play. As I'm laying down, because I don't know if you ever watch TV, and sometimes you can see a commercial and you'll recognize it, or you'll just hear the commercial, the jingle, and you'll let it play. And it's like, so it's just crazy to me. So sometimes I'll hear something, not meaning to be watching the show, but I'll hear, Ramos, and I think it was like the second episode of his, and I just, him and Eric's show, and I saved that to my stuff, and I'll just let it play randomly in here and there. So I've still got a long ways to go to catch up on all their new shit. But with you, man, I try to listen to it and play it at the same time. So one, for the likes and views, but
so you made it big. You're on the porn phone now.
Yeah. That's what you got, bro. Yeah. You did. You're welcome to my sticky phone.
I was about to say it's sticky.
Yeah. Yo, is that a compliment? My porn phone.
JP wakes up with his hair like
my kids, my dad.
Y'all want to go skiing?
Yeah. Oh shit,
bro! That first set, my kids, bro, they're like, that showed them the other side of me, bro. Thanks a lot, JP Lopez.
Hey, that's what I do, man.
That's what I do.
Oh fuck! Y'all ready to start the show?
Let's do it.
All right, man.
John Eric. Media.
Okay, here we go.
All you ladies, pull your chi-chis out. This is the JP Lopez Show. Also, if you're a transgender, pull your pecker out. This is the JP Lopez Show.
What is up? Thank you for tuning back into the JP Lopez Show. I got my boys back in here. We on some slapdick shit today.
Welcome back.
So I got Mike and I got Ramos in the studio, and we'll just fucking tackle it, bro.
Hey, you call me Ramos.
damn, bro.
I got Rios, my man. I got Rios.
Ramos, you're on his mind, Ramos.
You're off the porn phone.
Oh, you're off the bro. You're off the
I
porn
can't
phone,
believe
bro.
I said Ramos. I meant Rios. All right. Anyways, my bad.
No. You're good.
All right, and that's the show. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Read some books.
Read some books.
No, man, I want to fucking get into it. Like, hit the ground running. I've been asking you guys what this time of year will inspire, and so we'll change it up a bit. Okay. What do you want? What do you expect out of 2024, brother?
Man, I thought about that. I was reading that in the truck just now too. Really, there's a few business deals that I want to try to get figured out and try to get running and get going.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah.
Hit the ground running.
I want to speak that into existence, bro. Fuck yeah.
That and just what I talked about last time, just having that faith in God and having Him guide me in the right direction and just run with it. You know, that's the main goal.
There's no little tweaks though that you can think of.
I mean, there is. Seeing, I guess what the tweak would be like try to see the good in more things in life. Not just sit here and piss and moan about every little thing.
Yeah,
that
more positive.
goes on, more positive stuff.
See the beauty in everything.
Yeah, kind of see the beauty in everything. I like we talked about earlier. Having kids at an early age, you hit the ground running, and it's just go. Stop and enjoy some of this stuff. My second youngest, she's like me. She battles with dyslexia. She's had trouble learning all her life. And this past Thursday, she got called into the coach's office in basketball. She was all nervous. She thought she was going to be out and stuff. Oh. Well, they had all the team there, and they were moving her up.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. That's what's up,
She started getting emotional stuff, so she played her first game Monday. And, man, she went on there and just started, wrecking shop. She started.
Good.
She plays good defense. She has trouble shooting still. This is her first year ever playing. But, man, she had, I want to say, I think she had like 11 blocks and then 4 steals.
Get that.
So,
How proud was your dad heart?
Oh, dude, it was.
They are almost
see
in
it,
tears.
Yeah.
I can see you almost crying now.
Yeah, bro. It was one of them deals where this little girl, like, I knew the struggle that she was going through. Like I said, I had to go to many conferences to talk to teachers and tell them, hey, I knew what this is. I grew up before there was any help for this. This is the way that I learned how to do this stuff. My wife would, try to go to every meeting and talk to them and see what we could get figured out. And just to see this little girl, take what I tried to show her that, through God, all things are possible.
That's cool shit, bro.
He gives you the will to go out there and do things. You just have to get up off your butt. If they knock you down, get up. Do it again. Do it again. And her perseverance, you see that little girl.
That's cool.
She didn't want to take her jersey off Monday night. She just wanted to just wear it in the house. And I was like, for me seeing that, and the struggles that I had learning and stuff like that, she's got all her stuff, and now she's like excited to come tell me, hey, Dad, I got A's and B's, and
job,
I got this grade, but I'm gonna bring it up. She seeing that drive in her, that's what just it was rough because she was just in this funk where bad things were happening, and she would somehow be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And me being me, I'm like, I know how I was. I was a dumbass, and I was fucking up. So you're not gonna get one over on me. So just those little things that you said, the betterment of what I want to see in 2024 is me to continue to push to be a better father, to see these girls grow up and be, grow up and see them be the best person they can be through Christ. See them grow up and try to develop themselves to their full potential. As parents, that's all we want. You talking to your boy.
That's beautiful.
So you talking to your boy, on the last 2 podcasts ago. That was just awesome. Hearing that and the way that you talk to him, and you joke around and stuff, but yet you see where he's at now. You were there and you did a lot of stuff for that kid, and you can hear it in your voice. How proud you are of him, how happy.
I'm extremely proud of him, and that you're. What you just said is so beautiful, bro, because I have been around a lot of men that are fathers that don't give a shit about their kids. And it would eat me up because, of course I wanted one of my own. Yeah. And it would fucking eat me up and I would be mad. But I've accepted it, and I'm all about you two guys because y'all are not only great fathers, but you are fans of your children.
Yeah. Amen.
And I gotta pump the brakes on you a little bit. This is one thing that I wanted to come out and it was great. The other betterment deal is my oldest daughter. On that situation, I could have been a better father. I'm not perfect. She came down for the Christmas break and stuff like that, and man, we got to talk and we, shared things with each other. She shared how she felt, and I told her, I can't use, because my daughter, I love her so much because she's very forgiving. She's like, Dad, I know you were young, and I know that, you were just a kid trying to figure out. I said, but Mija, that's not an excuse. Yeah. That's not an excuse for me to be a shitty dad. That's not an excuse for me to not be there when you needed me most. I said, so this is my goal. One of my bigger goals, too, is to, put more towards her. We text each other every day now. We've been, for the past few months, we've been texting each other every day.
That's awesome.
Whether it's I love you or, go kick today's ass. Just little things like that. Just to help her realize that, I was always there and I always wanted to be there for her, but there was certain situations that, I couldn't help. They moved to Austin and I ain't got that kind of money to go back and forth. I'm raising a family of 4 daughters and then my wife and, so just making things better with her and helping her understand, kind of how she told me. She goes, man, I feel because I didn't have you there as much, like I could have learned a lot more. And I said, in a way, Mija, you still have that, but I kind of, in a sense, felt like it was better off to be. It was God meant it to be this way for a reason. I said, because I was a shitty person when y'all were younger. I was hard to deal with. I was like the punk kid, like you said before, trying to learn to grow up.
But that speech and her forgiveness, excuse me, like her forgiving you, that had to do something in you that made you feel a lot better.
Yeah, that's a blessing to have a kid to say, hey, Dad, I get it. I love you. That's awesome, bro. And you might still beat yourself up because we do sometimes look back and say, man, I could have been better. And I deal with that too. But the more you keep focusing on the man that you're trying to be and that you want to become, all that's gone, and that's awesome, because she's looking at the strength that her dad, you know, like, man, I seen where you were from. That's not who you are no more. That's a beautiful thing, brother. And you planted that seed in. And she's going to do that for her kids one day, you know, or it might just for nieces, nephews, for somebody she's close to, and it's the work that Pops put in. So,
And it's like I told her, I said it was just a big miscommunication deal. She didn't know when to message me. I didn't know how to talk to her. I didn't want to step on her toes. She's a little bit more, so my other 4 girls are little rednecks. They're rough as hell, you know, and she's a little bit more to the, you know, sensitive side. She's, you know, she doesn't joke as much, you know. She's from Austin, Texas, but you know, but you know, she kind of sees it now. She's like, you know, I know I'm a little bit more sensitive, and I'm trying to talk to my sisters, or I want to talk to my sisters, and not be, you know, so overprotective and scared, and you know, I want to be able to. She goes, I want to know where I'm from here. You know, she goes, I like how you are, you know, and. I just told, like I said, we cried, we laughed, I took her to go eat, just me and her, you know, spend some time with her.
Good stuff.
And you know, we kind of slowly started the healing process to where, you know, we're hopefully this year, you know, we're gonna be more on top of it. And
you say healing, and that's food for your soul, bro.
Praise God to that. Dude. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
I can't thank God enough for that moment there of allowing me to have that moment in time where we both kind of. Hey, look, we want the same thing. You know, we just didn't know how to go about it or how to. And like I said, I was the father. I should have stepped up. I should have been more. You know, I would message her and she'd be short with me, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to make her mad. You know, And that was my fault. I should have just bugged her anyways because I'm the dad.
Man, there's some dads out there, bro. I promise you, that are going through what you went through, that don't get that opportunity or feel like they can't. And your story's gonna, you know, I mean that because so many, and the miscommunication can lead to like. Anger and bitterness towards each other, and some people don't ever get it right. So the fact that you have a story to say like, hey man, I swallow my pride and I want, and Mika telling you, hey dad, it's okay, that's awesome, bro.
And that's a blessing because like you said, like the kid got boy or girl with the same similar situation, they could have so much resentment that they don't forgive.
And if you're a father and you're in that position, hey buddy, it's time to nut up and just take that ass chewing. You know. Yeah, that was your fault. You weren't there.
And
you could have done better. So I had to sit there and, you know, some things hurt.
Hold yourself accountable. Accountability sucks sometimes, bro. You know what I mean?
All the time, bro.
Yeah, all the time. Not some. Yeah, but when you do that's a man move right there. You know, because I would like to say I held myself accountable at an early age. Luckily, you know, not to fluff your balls so much, but he held me accountable my whole life. And like a homeboy, sometimes they'll run away. Sometimes they'll listen and. It's good that you can hold yourself accountable. Like, hey, I could have been and I'm the same way. Some people praise me, man, you're such a good father. I was like, man, I was a piece of shit. If you really knew me, and not many people did, but my kids, they're like, no, Dad, you were there. And the fact that you know that you could have been better, it's like in life, at work, I'm pretty sure that's what keeps you going. You too, you know, you have, I want to be better, not only for a raise, but also to keep myself going. And the same thing as being a father, and I pray your daughters,
and we
all
are
of them see that.
Our worst critic anyway, because the womanhood or the motherhood episode, these ladies are awesome mothers, and they said on here that they feel like they can do more.
That's what I took from it too.
How much more can you do? Y'all are doing awesome job.
Well, my sister's the same way. That's what kind of hit me with that deal. Like I said, I had to, you know, listen to it and just kind of. I was like, well, you know, that's my sister's always talking about how everybody tells her, you know, oh, you're such a good mom. You know, you do it on your own. You have your own, you know, place, cars, whatever. And she's like, I don't want to fucking do it by myself. You know,
Come on, brother.
I don't want to be here doing it. You think I want this shit? She goes, I don't like being tough all the time. I don't like being. And I'm like, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You know, I said, the sad part about it is that you're having to live. A male's perspective.
That's exactly what I was
You're
about to say.
You're having to live a male's perspective.
She's having
where
to be the dad.
You get no gratification for. You know, like Chris Rock said, you know, the only people that get unconditional love is women, children, and dogs. You know, and now you're getting that perspective, and it's rough on her, but you know she's she's stood through it all. You know, and I love her to death. You know, this morning I messaged them. I had to have that. I messaged my brother and sister. Yeah. They're mad at Drake right now. They had gotten, we got mad. Fuck Drake. So they had got tickets for my niece to go see Drake in, I think it was Oklahoma. But they gave it to her for Christmas, and she was all excited, amped up and stuff. They fucking canceled it. So,
shit! I want to say
he had heard.
Constancio had tickets to that show
I
too.
saw that post.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Damn, they canceled the show?
canceled
yeah,
it.
they canceled it because
Yeah,
I
fuck
guess he got hurt.
Oh,
and so
no shit.
all this
He hurt
this
his
past
puss.
2 weeks,
His puss got hurt.
I said I knew I didn't like that motherfucker for a reason. I was soft ass.
He got fucked real hard.
Yeah.
My pussy hurt.
Diddy got hold of him. so this morning I messaged her and they're like, you know, they were calling him by his name. They're like, fuck Aubrey Graham or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, fuck Audrey Plaza. I love y'all motherfuckers. Good morning and have a good day. And she's like, it's Aubrey Graham, you dumbass.
I'm trying, sis.
I was with
Well,
y'all.
fuck you too. For
See, that's why Drake didn't want to come.
I was trying to start the day off, but fuck you too.
You and your negative attitude. My brother's like, you're an asshole.
They're like, man, Drake canceled his show.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit. That sucks, bro. That beats
So,
Drake.
Thomas, what do you want or expect out of 2024?
To make it through. You know, I hearing what you're talking about, man. You know, I want to better myself. I like to think every day if I can be better than I was before. Mm-hmm. And hearing that kind of when you're talking about how your sister, in that situation when they're trying to hype her up, she's like, I don't want to do this. I can relate to that. Because when I was going through what I went through, people would tell me how a great father I was and I'm doing this and that. And it pissed me off. And I didn't understand it. But, yeah, that's exactly deep down how you feel. It's like, thank you, but I don't want to be a single father being a mother as well. So hearing that, you know, it just only makes me realize how far I've come, you know. And but, yeah, I want to be better than I was, you know, this past year. And I would like to think I set the bar a little higher for myself. So, you know, I would like to – a realistic goals, I want to try to do legit, make my little lawn service a legit LLC.
Yeah, fuck
yeah. And I'm meeting certain people that are going to help me do that.
Speak that into existence.
Man, come on,
too.
brother. I
Fuck
accept
yeah.
that, brother. And I just want to be better than I was before, and I want to, you know, be a better brother, better friend, better dad, you know, better all that stuff. You know what I mean? And if I can keep that attitude, not just like that New Year, New Me attitude, but if I can keep that every day, because in October I want to still be better than I was before. So I'm just striving to get better. So you know, that's what I hope for.
On that deal, like, have you looked up like Legal Zoom?
No.
That's how I'm trying to do. My homeboy did his through there, and I'm trying. I'm gonna try to
Legal
do
Zoom.
mine.
Okay.
It's like I want to say it's like $300.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's like $250, $300 to get your
I see some
LLC.
people post shout out to Facebook. Sometimes I'll see recommended, and I want to do it. Last year I was going to try and do it, but I just kind of, you know,
There's loopholes to get it for free somehow.
yeah.
too.
There's certain things. Yeah, there's certain ways, and I like to, you know, because my credit as a person, which I should have, you know, I'm trying to teach my kids to take care of this shit now because I didn't listen, but you know, be able to get a business licensed and be able to, you know, make shit legit. You know, that's kind of my goal, man. So I can give something to my kids. Yeah. You know, they already work for me. They're moving on now. So this year it'd be all by myself, and I'm gonna hire people. But God willing, man, I give them something, not just like a LLC to have, but that worth ethic and that little bit of a dream. I'm trying to teach them that together it's easier to have each other's back and create something than to try and do it alone. Yeah. So,
but that's an awesome thing that they don't even teach in school, which is, you know, to come out of school and they like teach you, well, you're not going to be shit unless you go to school.
Yeah.
But it's an awesome thing to have you be established in your business, and then you have your daughters come out of school and work for you, and then and essentially work for themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. They, you know, go get a business degree or something and take it to the levels that dad could never do it. You know, and goes back to bettering myself. If I can set the bar higher for my kids, they can either, you know, go chase it and break the barriers, or they can, you know, settle for less. And you know, knowing them, they're going to break those barriers just because they know they can kick dad's ass on that. But yeah,
for sure.
I hope for that, you know.
Yeah.
Growth.
Dude, anything that you want to do, you can make it happen,
yes,
bro.
yes,
you just got to put the fucking work in,
yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
And
you've been telling me that for years. And on your son's episode, Miko that was sitting here, his homeboy, reminded me a lot of myself. You know, he's talking, because he gets down on himself. And even with people hyping him up, and I prayed for him because I was like, oh, that was a little bit of Thomas.
That was a shocker to me, bro.
Yeah,
it really was, because I saw him as the most confident of the bunch.
Yeah.
And you can take that into like how comedians say that, like,
Yes.
I've
They
always
say the
been the
same thing.
funniest person, but I've gone through a bunch of trauma.
They say the person that's usually making everybody laugh is the one carrying the most pain.
Oh,
Yeah.
and we can
Yeah.
relate to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shout out to him, and because I was like, man, I can relate to that. And but like you said, it's a double-edged sword because it's going to strive. He's going to push him harder to want to be better, but he'll always be down on himself until he finds that, like, hey, I'm good enough. And if he's listening to it, I pray that he understands he is good enough. Because you were
and
telling me
that's
that
what
for
I try to
years,
tell
man.
him,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just, I think it comes with age. I think it comes with growth.
And experience, yeah. Because I had to see it for myself too, and I pray he gets it sooner than in his 30s. But yeah, you know, and it was cool how you were shouting him out, and yeah, hopefully he doesn't beat himself up too much because he's young. He's got the world in his hands, man.
I think
you
a
know?
lot of that just comes down to just men maturing. You know,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
a lot of us, it does happen for us
Yeah.
in the 30s because we end up having to be like, you know,
Yeah.
beat ourselves up a little bit just to grow a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, you got to kind of
Yeah.
tear it down
Yeah.
a little, just like working out, bodybuilding, all that stuff. You got to tear down to rebuild. And
True,
you're going to
true.
go through that stuff. And just as long as you don't let that, you know, little inner demon defeat you
Yeah.
by
Come
keeping
on.
you down
Come on.
and having you just stay there.
Come on,
You know, just like the corny deal from Rocky movie. It ain't about how many times you get hit, it's how many times you get
back up.
Yeah,
get
yeah.
back up.
Get
you
back
know?
up.
And I love that.
And that dude, man, he's got a lot going for him. And, you know, I can only wish him the best. All them boys, man, they remind me of my brother, just like my mom was telling you on your Facebook post. He has a good group of friends that they'd go by there, you know. I'm the older dude, you know, and I'm somewhat...
You're the old man now?
He would tell me, like, you know, hey, you're more like a father figure to me, you know, than my brother because, you know, people talk to you, you know, ask you
Shout out to
advice
that.
and stuff like that. And I never thought I'd be that dude, you know. I never thought I'd be like, no, that dude's a dumbass. You don't go for him for advice, you know? But somehow I'm here, you know, and I just love seeing them grow up and make something out of themselves. You know, there's been some times that I've had to talk to some of his homeboys. Hey, man, quit being stupid. You know, you are a good kid. You know, you are worth something.
Good though. That's good.
That's what a lot of these boys need. You know, I was talking to my sister about it, and I said, you know, I could be ugly to the guys that my daughters date, or I could be kind of like my uncle that he saw a boy that didn't have a father that was dating his daughter. You know what? Maybe I need to be what this guy needs in order for him to be what my daughter needs.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you gotta be, even though you don't want to. God asks you to do things that that He asks you to do things that He would do. You know, sometimes you gotta be that person in somebody's life to try to help push them forward and get out of that funk. We're all here. It, like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. You know,
for sure.
You got to be together and
Come on.
try to find a way to help these boys understand that they are worth something. I'm tired of these boys being put down, you know, girls, you know, belittling these guys, using these guys, and also vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, we got to stop this division mess of, you know, boys are trash, all men are shit, and all women are shit. Or, you know, start looking at yourself.
Yeah.
Start here rather than everywhere else.
And that's how you make a change.
Well, that's
brother.
the thing too. Like I saw a podcast this morning on YouTube, and the guy was talking about we got to get back to just seeing people.
Yeah.
We got to stop seeing men. We got to stop seeing women. We got to stop seeing color.
Color, yeah. Come on, brother.
Like ethnicity,
Yeah.
and just see people.
Yeah.
You know, and just see that person for the goodness that they are, and start treating people like people again.
Right there, you need to put some Michael Jackson in.
No.
I'm gonna make a change.
Oh, there you go.
Start crying. I love it.
But
dog.
for real,
Amen,
like,
bro, for
you know,
real.
it needs to get back to some shit like that.
And that's
It
how you
really
make a
does.
change, brother. And you know, like I would, you know, even if it takes that little planted seed, and it may not be tomorrow, but you just, if you change the community you're around or the people you're around, and you just see other people wanting to, you know,
I've got to
makes a
shout
change.
you out, bro, on something that just came through my mind, because
My OnlyFans?
when we were when we were young, you know, we were still going to places young, Burger King or you know, just retail places, restaurants or whatever. And I'm not shitting you, bro. I didn't grow up like hating people at all, but also I didn't grow up like going the extra mile and showing people love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always noticed that like the bus boy, or you know, people that an uppity person would frown up on, like the janitor or something, I've always noticed Thomas would always be like, "What's up?" and like go shake their hand and say what's up and shoot the shit with them. And I was like, "Did you know them?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "Fuck, that's badass, bro."
It's a simple gesture that can make a big effect in somebody's
And
life.
I'm not saying it's just that he just went to just them. He did that to everybody.
No, I'm saying do that to everybody.
Yeah,
I appreciate
and he
that,
did do that to everybody. But you know, I'm telling, you know, someone in you know, because we're young and people has a shitty car when we were young. We're like, I'm not getting that shitty car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was never us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was
Many
never.
we did, yeah, exactly.
Like if for us, if the shittier the car, the better. We wanted to be in that bitch. Yeah. But for Thomas, speaking on Thomas, like he said, "What's up?" to the littlest person to the CEO of the company, and that always fucking made me want to be that type of person.
That gave me chills. I appreciate that, bro. And that means the world to me because that just means somebody was watching. You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, we were always anywhere. We had $2. We were gonna go buy a Whopper. You know, like walking to fucking Burger King from his house. And
I always say the New Edition concert. I tell my kids about, and they probably get tired of your audience. Probably like, nigga, you talk about that all the fucking time. I wouldn't have went without you. And you're like, man, we're gonna get these tickets. I'm gonna put it in the safe at my house. We're gonna go because you wanted us to have a good time.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I appreciate that. Because I look at, man, you know, what we come from. You know what I mean? And yeah, sometimes I used to feel like I was goofy and just try to talk to everybody. But you know, my daughter makes fun of me. I don't know if you know the Progressive commercials that where they talk about. Progressives can save you from being like your parents. Yeah. And the dude's like, they're at the hardware store and say, you don't know him. You don't. My daughter makes fun of me because somebody be looking. I'm like, did you need some? You know, I can get that for you. Oh, thank you, Miko. And my daughter's like, Dad, why do you just go up to random people?
They do that too.
Oh, bro, they
get my girls are like, man, we gotta stop every 5 seconds with Dad. And I'm like,
they roll their eyes.
Well, don't fucking go.
And exactly. Nobody asked you to go.
Stay home.
Don't fucking go.
Less money I gotta spend. Well. Because I never used to be that like that. I wouldn't. My dad, man, God bless my dad. Yeah. He was always like that. Still to this day, he'll stop and talk to somebody, shoot the shit. If it didn't matter who it is, where it is. Boy could be in the shitter and just talking shit to the person next door.
That's better.
Shit, if a homeless man's cool, I'll fucking shoot the shit with him.
For real.
I'll be like, I ain't got it, bro, but how's your day?
Yeah, my homeboy Butch that I work with, he's like that too. He'll just shoot the shit with people and just talk.
That's badass.
You know, just the smallest, like you said, the smallest gestures. Just, hey, how's you doing? How's your day?
You never know, man.
Have a blessed day.
Yeah.
You know, just say what's up, dude. It's not that hard.
You never know what it can do for somebody.
What is it going to cost you to say hello?
Yeah. You know, and my daughter years ago, she took a picture. You know, people, I got mad at her at the time because she posted it, but we went to Whataburger, and I was still bigger then. I was getting my double meat. You know, I was ready. We're waiting in line. There was this kid. You could tell, you know, there's a lot of people out there that need help, but they're struggling. He's a drug addict just sitting there. So it was around Easter time. This is when I was really involved in church. So I told Genesis, I was like, jump in the driver's seat. We can get our food. I was like, I'm going to go talk to this dude. So I just go out there and Jason was this kid's name, I remember. So we're sitting there and I'm just talking and Mika, I was like, just go pay for it and come around. So I was just asking the kid if he's okay, man. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm a drug addict. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm a drug addict too. You know, I was like, I smoked weed my whole life. I'm alcoholic. Started telling my story. But we're sitting there, dude, and then in that moment, he was like, what made you stop? He's like, you know, he was like, did you think I was going to, you know, bug you for money? I was like, no, I was like, I've been there. But what it is you never know what giving a shit can do for somebody.
Oh, for
you know what I mean,
bro.
And so when you bring that up, man, the reason it gives me chills is because like it's awesome, bro, that you saw that. Cause, you know what I mean. Because you do the same thing, brother. You don't. Maybe you don't realize it, but when you bring us on here, you bring Melissa, you bring the women on here and stuff like that. Me and Mike, you give us an opportunity to help out people in certain ways.
Tell your stories, man.
So that's just cool that you brought it up. It's kind of
man. It's always been tattooed in my brain.
That and me telling people about Jesus drunk and shit.
But for my 2024, man, my schedule was fucking hectic. It just it fluctuates from nights to days for my my everyday job.
Oh yeah, with the work.
And then with my photography sprinkled in, dude, I'll have a little bit of time, just to do anything. And I use that as an excuse because I'm exhausted to just not do anything. Yeah. And my relationship with my mother has kind of suffered a little bit, and it's eating at me, man.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yes, I'll have, a couple hours to myself. I don't need to be on the couch.
Yeah.
I need to be at my mom's house, you know, chilling with my mom.
Yeah.
And she understands and she knows, you work a lot, but I still have it in me to do better. So 2024, I want to be a better son to my mom. And when I say by better son is be there, you know, because we don't know how much longer we have our parents for. And I'm blessed to have my mom still. So I'm going to be there more 2024. And also 2024, man, is going to be all about my health, bro.
Let's get it.
I fucking fought like hell to get out of a 4X shirt. Like, dude, I was a fatas, bro. And so I'm now in a 3X, and it's fitting real comfortable now. And for 2024, I know it sounds stupid for, you know, to someone that's skinny and even, you know, I grew up working out like a beast.
Oh, yeah.
But diet has never been my thing. Like, I'll fucking kick anyone's ass in the gym and then go home and fuck off a big-ass meal. So I'm fucking getting my mind changed to doing differently on that. And like I said, I know it sounds dumb, but in 2024, I want to fit comfortably in a 2X shirt.
Let's get it, brother.
Nah, you shouldn't have said that. Now I'm gonna be messaging you every morning. Hey, fucker, get up.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, because that's just I like that shit. You know, I like, and me too. You know, at my biggest, the white skinny girl talking shit. I was at 255. I felt horrible. My knees felt like shit and all that stuff. And even still now, my knees feel like shit. And that's my goal. I'm pushing myself. That's why I told my daughter, I said, for the first time since my surgery, Tuesday, I had the best leg workout I've ever had since then. Dude. And I felt so comfortable. I felt great.
Good, brother.
I was like, man, I'm getting this shit. So I went and did all my lifts, got on the bike for 20, 30 minutes. And then today I did shoulders and back, you know, got on the bike 20 minutes. And I was like, man, you know, I'm feeling good. And I hear you talking about this. I was like, oh, yeah, now it's accountability time.
Good, brother.
You know, I know I'm in it, and I get hyped whenever I hear somebody else is in it.
Yeah.
And if that's your goal, dog, you know,
and like,
we
that's
can make
the
this
thing.
shit
I'm
happen.
no stranger to the gym.
Yeah.
I represent a fat boy fucking well in the gym.
It's just
last time. It's just fucking going home and eating all the damn snacks or eating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've changed that. I've did my little tweaks, but you know, the cravings are still there.
Oh, it's a process.
And
it's a process.
Yeah, it's definitely a process. And
but look how far you've come, bro. Like,
for sure. Yeah.
Like, you know,
what's that commercial where that fool is always slapping the food out of that dude's hand, that football player? You go up to him and he'd be having the sandwiches and he goes, "Wham! Not today,
not
today."
I haven't seen that.
I was almost start doing that for JP. I just show up at work randomly. Not today, motherfucker.
It's chicken and rice, bitch.
I'm gonna be with them, take him to the drive-through. Mike's gonna be running. No,
it's my only fucking meal.
Ah, shit! Here he comes again. Go. No, but I that's one of my
cool, bro.
biggest deals.
Seriously,
I'm a heavier dude now, you know, and it for me, like I said before, it was just the fear. You know, my father has heart problems. My father's side of the family has real bad heart problems. They have diabetes. You know, so I'm a ticking time bomb. You know, I have to do something because if I want to be here for my girls and be able to see their kids, you know, I have to do something in order to still be here.
Yeah.
And I'm 30, like I said, 35 years old, and my body's already all falling apart. So, you know, I got to find ways to work around every little thing and make it happen.
It's like I told Paul, my boy Paul. Trevino, I said I should not be here, and this was a way back, but I was like, dude, what I mean by that is like I'm wearing a 4X shirt. I've been eating like, of course I've been working my ass off in the gym, but I've been eating like shit pretty much my entire adult life, and I should have heart problems. I should, you know, I should have a lot wrong with me.
Yeah.
And I've been blessed, knock on wood, and fortunate enough to, because I get my blood work done ask my wife, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even in my fattest, I'm still getting blood work done every year, doing my yearly checkup, right? Yeah. And only thing that's ever wrong with me is my blood pressure, bro.
Yeah.
And so I took that, and God's blessed me with nothing being wrong with me, so I'm going to be faithful in my word to just myself to be a better fucking eater and healthier in 2024.
So were you like,
I like that.
Would you still go to the gym, like still like in the past few years, were you still?
Yeah.
See, and I think that has a lot to do with it because my wife gets pissed off at me. She's like, how the hell do you not have high blood pressure? You never have nothing. I said, since I got out of high school, I was still found a way to get to the gym.
Yeah.
You know,
That y'all's release,
like
man.
I said, I saw my dad and my uncles and stuff, and it just, I was like, man, I don't want that. I don't want that. I have to do something. And I accredit it to, even though, like you said, not all the time, not always eating right, not always, you know, but I made it a habit to try to get to the gym. I told you last time, 2021 is whenever I spiraled out and just quit. And then, man, I got up to 255 and I was just horrible, dude. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't sleep.
It's the worst.
I had like, my daughter goes, you look like Pops. You got about 10 pillows just to sleep. I was like, crap.
Well, that's what they say. They say it's hard to lose weight and be fit, but it's also harder to be fat.
Yeah, it really is. It will destroy you. And you know, I got heavy. A couple years before my divorce, I think I got up to like 280. And for me, I'm, you know, my height and stuff. In high school, I was 215, and I just looked at myself and. Not only is it hard to live, mentally it messes with you.
Remember we thought we were fat in high school?
Yeah, dude.
I'll take that body
no
any
shit.
fucking
Right?
And I'll send you that.
Shit, I don't want this no more.
And I don't know if I've sent you that picture before from us in high school. Somebody tagged me in it. They're like, "Do you remember this? It was our sophomore year. We look like we're babies, bro.
We thought we were all fucking tosses and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I'll take that body any
Shit,
fucking
all day.
Come on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you know, hearing y'all you've always been in the gym, and I get lazy, but yeah, my history, and I've said it before on here, all my aunts, uncles, and my dad, they're all gone. Diabetes and heart disease kills us, and I want to be here for my kids. Now I'm also at peace with it. Like, man, I want to live this life, and when it's time to go, my family, I want them to mourn me, but also I want them to move on with it.
Yeah.
So it's that double-edged sword. It's like I want to stay healthy. I want to get better, to live a long life. But when God because only He knows, you know, when it's my time, and when I do go, did I do enough to leave them, you know, leave them enough? The memories are always going to be, I miss my dad 13 years every day, but then I think of all the good stuff, and I think all the memories and all the stuff that he left, that's a lifetime to keep me going. So, I do want to take care of my health, and I need to get on the ball, man. Don't be surprised if you'll see my chunky ass at the gym one day. And I can't afford where you work out, though. You got the nice stuff.
Honestly, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you have, from being the biggest you were, you've also kept it off for a long fucking
man,
time. And that's the battle right there. You can lose it easily, keeping it off.
You're right.
And you've kept it off for a long fucking time.
It's the work
bro.
I do, bro. Thank God for that, because the winter times I put on a little weight.
Yeah,
but
everybody does.
These last couple of years I put on weight in a healthy way, though. A few years ago during
It's
this
all
time,
dick.
it's all girth, baby.
Right now, Tom's real.
It's all girth, baby. Start crying. But yeah, you know, I'm
all
great.
2 inches of it.
He notices it. Shout out to my dad, God rest his soul. He used to tell. He said he promised women. He goes, I got 12 inches. He goes, I didn't tell him it was 3 inches at a time. I give you 4 segments, baby.
Shout out gas station dick pills.
Shout out to Hims. I see all the stuff on Hims and Roman. No,
What was it, Rhino?
I heard this one.
Rhino.
This one comedian said that, and I've used it a few times. But I was like, he said, "Man, I'm hung like a baby." I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, "Yeah, 8 pounds, 6 ounces." On that note, we'll take a break. And we're back. So, I think we had like a 50-minute first half, and we only talked about one question.
Yeah. That tends to happen.
This is gonna be a 2-part series.
So, next question, man. If you're guaranteed an answer to one of your questions, what question would that be?
Man, I had a hard time thinking about this.
Really?
One. Yeah. Why do people like the fucking McRib? I mean, because fuck them putos. I can't digest that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it, but no, I don't know, man. If
There's never been not one thing since you were a kid that you've always wondered.
no, I mean, I can't.
Does my dad have a second family?
And then I found out, yes.
Cut to 4 families later at the funeral. She ain't gone, Daddy.
I didn't even know dad was from Chihuahua. What the fuck?
We have dark family too. No, man, I don't.
He said 6% was taxes.
No, I can't. I couldn't think of like a serious question that I ever thought of like. That's like a question that I would have to be high for.
Yeah.
Like really.
Well, let me feel.
Thomas is here.
Yeah, right. Hey, well,
I got
Thomas
answers
is
for
here.
both
We're
of
gonna
us.
take a second break. Be right back in another 50 minutes. No, man. And question-wise, to answer, well, I could say this: if I could ask somebody something outside of God, it would be my dad's dad. It would be the question that I would want to be answered is, how did you make the love between you and my grandmother so strong? That would be the question that I would want to answer.
There you go. That's
like we were talking about earlier, is understanding that my grandfather passed away, like I said, 79. My grandmother died years later, but not once did she ever feel the need to be with somebody else or love somebody else, or that's why I told you, like, her.
She had already had the love of her life.
Yeah, to have that love, to be able to give somebody that much love in that amount of time that you were on this earth, so much so that they were willing to wait until they could see you again.
That's beautiful, man.
To be able to give that to somebody. I'm slowly learning it. I'm growing up, but I think that would be the answer that I would want answered is, how do I give that kind of love?
That's awesome, bro.
That's cool shit.
Dude, you fucking redeemed yourself, bro. That's
Yeah.
a badass question.
You're doing it too. That's the cool thing. Is like you're as part of you're doing it. The process of.
And then his answer be, I don't know.
What the fuck, Grandpa? A lot of whiskey. I would go to my room.
You should have asked your grandpa.
She was always right.
She was always right.
I wasted this question on you.
If she says she has a headache, leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
I waited all this time for this shit.
I don't know. What the fuck?
Right. That'd be fucked up.
Yo, grandpa, why did I choose you, grandpa?
That is a badass question, man, because, in this day and age, I say day and age as like us.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's rare? I would think that's rare.
It's very rare.
Oh, without yeah.
People are amazed to hear, oh, I've been married for 3 years, and they're like, oh man, 3 years, and I'm like, man, my old man and my mom, I want to say it's like 36, 37 years, married.
Praise
Me,
God.
me and my wife 14 years.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
And that's just all God's doing, because like I've said before, I was rough, but to be able to fight for that, and at the end of everything, like I think I said this last time, watching my mother and father sit on that porch, seeing their grandkids run around, seeing their kids talking and joking with their spouses, seeing the joy on their face out of all this stuff that just came out of two people.
Yeah.
You talk about your grandparents and the love that they had for each other, and then how all this family was made off of two people that cared about each other.
Yeah, it's crazy because, I'll say it on the podcast. I know I told y'all in private, but if there was one thing that I wish my son can take from me is definitely how to love a woman. Because I tried to mirror my love for my wife like my grandpa did to my grandma.
Yeah.
And I've definitely found the love of my life. I love my wife to fucking bits and pieces. And
thank you for showing your son that, bro. You know what I mean? Like in the circumstances, because he loves his mom. So when he sees another man love his mom the way he would probably want somebody to love his mom, that's only going to make him a better father and husband one day, I pray.
But outside looking in, like if you didn't know me, like legit know me, and you followed me on social, you would be like, how does he love his wife? He's always talking about tits and ass and shit like that, right? But I say that because, fuck, I live my life with her complete trust.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the key right there. You have her trust, man.
To live a life without trust, that would be a shitty fucking life, man.
That's one thing that my dad tells me a lot. He's like, dude, you got to be thankful. Well, like I was telling you earlier, about business ventures or stuff like that she just has always had my back. It could have been something stupid at the time, and she was like, all right, you got this. I've seen you do it
cool,
before.
bro.
I've seen you do things.
That's cool.
I'm going to have complete, and you got to earn that.
Yeah.
You have to earn that, and it goes both ways, but to have that deal, like you said, just like with Paul and his wife. I see them, man. I see them at the gym every morning together, talking, and
That's beautiful.
It's just awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
And and like I told my wife, she's like, well, why can't you be like a normal husband? Because I'm not a touchy feely dude at all.
What?
And like,
I mean, different people got different love languages, bro.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
mine is don't fucking touch me.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
I'm a very giving person to
Yeah.
my wife. I'll give her the world.
Yeah.
But I'm also not touchy-feely.
See, I'm the same way. She's like, well, it's, and which she's right, it's more than material shit, but it's just, I guess that's what I thought was right. You grow up, you're a man, you're supposed to provide, you give everything.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you look back and you're like, man, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way. But, slowly learning and growing, going through the process, hearing people like y'all's podcast talk, and just understanding that we'll get there. We'll get there.
And it's okay to make those adjustments. As a man, I think we're taught like, okay, you can't do these things. You can't talk about feelings how we talk about.
Yeah.
But it's okay to make adjustments for a woman you love. And in the same sense, it's beautiful when you see the woman make adjustments for the man she loves.
Yeah.
Because some women are taught to be certain ways or not to trust men or all men are dogs. But when they can trust their husband, like, I know this terco, but I know he's got my back. I know how crazy my husband can be, but I know without a doubt my family's first. Teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. There's people out there that have been divorced like myself, and they see y'all's relationships, knowing it ain't perfect, but seeing that y'all still fight for it, that gives people hope, bro. And I love that.
And I'm gone. I'm like you, man. I'm gone a lot. I get up in the morning, 3 o'clock, get ready, 4, try to take off, be at the gym by 5.
Yeah.
And from 5 to now, even now, I'm at a podcast, and
you're gone all day, we'll see you later, all day. And my wife knows I'm not out fucking around or doing shit I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, and that trust is big, bro. Like, because you can't trust homeboys, more or less, a good woman. So when you find someone you can trust, you can grow on your own. Because you have the free will to either fuck up or not to fuck up. And you have her trust, you don't want to break that. And same sense, they do the same thing.
Like that meme, it's like the girl's like, he's probably out with another woman, and then the picture is the guy just doing some dumbass shit with his homeboys. Yeah, that's me, bro. Like,
that was my dumbass yesterday with my daughter because my youngest is in the Hot Wheels right now.
Okay.
And like I said, that deal of having bad habits of getting into hobbies that. At one point, I had 7 fish tanks for fucking reason. But shit,
do you still have fish tanks?
I got one left. And she's been trying to get rid of it for me.
I have a friend that her son or their son wants a fucking fish.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I have one big ass one.
Anyways, you said Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Legit, watch a TikTok. This guy do a live every
watch
night
it.
with the races.
Yeah, we watched it. We were watching it last night
for hours.
We watched that shit last night. So
he's got a timer box
and
and
everything,
everything, dude.
So my daughter, my youngest
out.
is like, we need to figure out how to do that, how to make so.
That's cool though, bro.
Within a week. So
I probably watched it because of you. You liked it and it went on my algorithm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But we growing up, we didn't have a whole lot of shit, and just to have like 2-3 Hot Wheels, you're like, damn, hell yeah, I got 2-3 Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Now that I'm grown, it's like
pull out the set, baby.
Within a week, she had 32 Hot Wheels, 2 different tracks, and then a master builder track. And my wife's like, she goes, well, you found something that y'all two can relate with. Yeah. Because me and my youngest,
that's cool though.
We're not. I always try to find one thing with each girl that I can try to relate to.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah, that's
cool, bro.
So like, I try to make time for each individual one. My second oldest and my middle child, they like powerlifting. We go to the gym on the weekends. That's our time together. The second youngest, the one that just got into basketball that I was talking about. Yeah. Now me and her, when we go to the gym, you two, y'all work out. If y'all got any critiques that y'all need, come get me. Me and her go and we'll practice on the basketball court.
Go.
That's crazy.
So now with this one, out of each, at least 3 times a week, I'll take the time. I might be worn out, tired of shit. And there we go. Let's go set them up. We'll go in my bedroom or wherever. And my wife's like, oh, okay, first it's your dogs on my couch taking up the room, and now you and your daughter got Hot Wheels all over the fucking room. And I was like, well, she goes, well, y'all do that. We'll be there playing. We were there last night. We had like 32 different races. And me and her
enjoy those moments.
We talk shit to each other, and it might get to a point where we might start betting money. But like you said, you got to enjoy those moments. That's part of that 2024 deal that I was talking about. That I want to better myself, take a little bit of time for each individual one, and try to make memories with them.
I need to do
awesome.
that, man. That's like, you gave me some ideas there. That's badass, brother. I like that.
I'm not lying. I could watch that TikTok live for as
I'm
long as he's on, bro.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's gonna win, the Ferrari or the ambulance?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird
They
shit.
had
like
the FedEx truck last night.
the FedEx truck. And the FedEx truck you're like, nah, and then he fucking won.
Yeah.
You're all rooting on. Come on, Abby, let's go.
I'm gonna start messaging JP. Who you got, bro?
Who you got, bro?
I got $1 on
Y'all's
the
wives are all,
Corvette.
bro. Y'all gotta work in the. Shut up, babe.
It's only an hour later.
I just shouted you out. Shut up. Thomas, what would be the one question you'd ask?
Man, I've thought about it, and that is a tough question, like you said, brother.
Where did weed come from?
Where did you really speak to a burning bush? God, tell me, who smoked the first weed? Who thought of the blunt skin?
Right.
You know, in junior high, I used to, like you said, tell people about Jesus, and after I was drunk, but I've always thought, like, if I don't know, if I could sit down and have a cup of coffee with them, what would I ask? You know, and really, it's a question that it's hard to really fathom. What, you know, you want to ask, why was there this, and what, you know, why did you take my grandma one so long? I would ask whether it's God, the creator, the spirit, what was it that you saw in me? You know, because we're all given a purpose in this world. And there's been millions, billions of people before us, and be millions after us.
I never fucking thought of that.
And I because
never,
even in a depression state as a young kid, just as a kid, dyslexia, going through stuff, being picked last sometimes, I would ask God, like, what did you see in me? So
ask God what your purpose is.
What's my purpose, right? And people will tell you got to find a purpose, but man, like the Creator could snap his finger and make a rock worship him. What was it that he wanted to do with me personally? Not my physical, all this beautifulness, but like my
so beautiful.
OF Thomas Rios.
Holla. Really, like what? Because I guess I've always dealt with the internal question: am I good enough? For whatever reasons, whether it was divorce, my dad left, women, leaving,
life in general.
So, am I good enough? And the question, I guess, the answer is like, you must have been good enough for something. You're here. You know what I mean? So I think if I could ask God, like, what was it that would you let me see? Did I mess up? Did I skip over what my purpose was, or what was it though about me personally? So I think and not in a blasphemy way, like, hey God, why'd you let all this painful stuff happen to me? But just, what was it about me that you gave me a chance?
I never thought of that, bro.
Yeah. Could it be that he sees himself in you because you were created in his image?
Come on, you know what I mean? I think you're, you know what I mean? Like, and then it's like, dang, what?
Damn, God smoked weed.
Yeah.
But then he did speak
he
through
made
the
it.
yeah,
He made
yeah. All jokes aside, I used to defend. I'd be like, he spoke through the burning bush, as PM used to say that. But then I also realized, man, like when I, shout out to listeners that have never smoked. I've never done any hardcore drugs and stuff.
What is that?
What?
Weed.
It's when you mow yards and you trim it and dandelions. No, I was a depressed, dyslexic, anxiety-riddled kid that went through a lot of stuff. So they put me on pills at one point, and it made me, like, I didn't like that feeling.
You zombie out.
And
it just makes you numb.
And one of the side effects is it may increase your thoughts of suicidal thoughts. Like, what the fuck? So
at least you're not shitting yourself, right?
Yeah.
That's that deal.
I feel nothing.
I got shit for diarrhea, and I got more diarrhea. What the fuck is going on here?
Just take me out, Lord. But I just said, I thought it was goes back to kind of like we wanted to hide our pain. I thought smoking weed made me cool. My cousin, God rest his soul, wrote. He was a hustler. I wrote a song about it. It's like I used to look up to me. I would say me and my cousin. He was serving fiends, but I was looking up to him, but I was steady hushing. So I wanted to live that lifestyle, and I was just attracted to it. But then I realized I had some internal stuff that I needed to deal with. So when I would smoke weed, I would kind of just be able to, I thought, deal with my emotions doing that, but then I realized that just helped me run from my emotions. So in that moment, I smoked to get away from stuff and that I never fully dealt with until I was in my 30s and 35. So
I'm so glad that I was afraid of my dad.
Yeah.
Because there's just, I don't know, there's no doubt that I would have tried drugs had I not been afraid of my dad.
Just from the hood you came from and the environment.
Not only just weed, but I mean, coming up, they were like, here's ecstasy, try that. Yeah. And it was available for me to try, but I never touched the shit because I was afraid of my dad. Because I had to come home. I don't know how long the high is, and when I come home high, my dad's gonna know.
No, you're right.
Like all this shit.
Yeah.
So I stayed away from all drugs. Yeah. And if I didn't have that fear of my dad, who fucking knows?
And I admired that because you would, party. I wasn't a big partyhead, but you'd see me out, hey JP, and that wasn't you. And and I was afraid of my brothers, but my joke was my mom couldn't smell or hear, so I'd come in. My mom, she couldn't smell me smoke. Yeah, I was real lucky, bro. But my brothers would. He'd give me ideas. My brother Steve would be like, I know you turn on the shower real hot and steam it out and put a towel under there so I can't smell it. I was like, let me
You have a camera in here?
That's why he's the one that taught me how to do it.
You tell you like Uncle Elroy, your lip turning black.
I hate Whoopi Goldberg. I hate my gums because they black.
I hate y'all. I know my poor fingers. If viewers can see at my
that's from your yard work.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's
yard work.
Allegedly.
You work with your hands.
Thank you.
I do a lot of gardening.
Scissors to cut the grass.
I do a lot of gardening.
He does a lot of planning.
Pruning takes a lot.
But that's I've always admired that because my dad, we all feared of my dad, but I try to deal with my stuff a certain
There's
way.
no fucking doubt that I would have tried a drug.
Yeah.
And who knows, I might have fucking loved it and fucked over my life, but I was afraid and I didn't touch it. And
The more that JP talks, the more I feel like that post that my mom made was right.
Yeah.
I must heart because I was afraid of my dad, but yet I was just,
You're rebellious.
I was a messed up kid,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I was just, like you said, you go through stuff, you don't know how to cope with it, you don't know how to deal with it. Yeah. You try to find other outlets to try to get rid of it and try to make sure that it's gone, but guess what? It comes back the next morning.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't go away,
Come on,
and
brother.
you talking about that of asking God, why me?
Mm-hmm.
A multitude of people go through that deal, but like I said, it's because of the fact that He sees Himself in you. Yeah. You were created in God's image. You were put on this earth to spread His word, so He knew Thomas one day was going to be right here, giving his story, his testimony, and helping other people grow and learn from their problems and sometimes healing others that you'll never get to meet. But hey, man, I heard that one dude, Thomas. No,
that's cool,
and that's what you were here for. Everybody has a purpose,
and that's beautiful, brother.
That's the one thing that, man. If anytime that you ask me to be on here, I'll come.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I appreciate
and if only just to say you're here for a purpose.
Yeah.
Just to let people know you're here for a reason. You were chosen for a reason. You weren't born and just thrown out into this world and forgotten by your father, your mother, whoever.
But you and I were meant to collide for a reason, bro. Like, we don't have not even a year of friendship in us. And
awesome,
I see you as a brother already, and you were already a regular on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I said, I feel like he was. I mean it. Like it's something.
That
Like we
happened
went to
quick.
high school with this dude or something. Yeah, and that's. Yeah, and I'm. God is good on that, bro. Yeah. And I've struggled in my faith, and I've been through the highs and lows. Where I try to do Christian rap, and then I went to I don't know if I believe anymore. And then it's funny because you and Jacob Signs, people just encouraging, and it's funny because it's like, oh, I was on that side of the fence, and it's awesome because you need those reminders. So like you said, I'd come on the show just to remind somebody, hey, you're doing a good job, and I laugh. I always say, we fluff your balls and stuff, but you do the same to a lot of people. You give them shout outs and words of encouragement, and you never know who really needs it. Like I said, my homeboy, I hadn't talked to him in decades, bro, and he reached out and said, man, I was listening to your friend's show, and it was, and I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
That's
it's
crazy,
cool. And shout out to him. He's getting better. He'll reach out to me and call, and he's accepting things. And it's like, it's still fucked up though. He's like, man, I don't understand it. I was like, some things we may never understand.
It's not for us to understand.
Exactly, bro. So, I appreciate it. And your struggle, like when we talked, you the first episode, you kind of told me off air what you went through, and you wouldn't even know it. You seem like a strong father and a husband right now, and but you use that as a springboard to keep going. So,
I can beat myself up all day too. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to church Sunday. Mm-hmm. I felt bad about it. Yeah. I didn't. I have moments where I still slip up. I do wrong. Yeah. Get onto my kids. I made my daughter cry at the powerlifting meet in Brownfield, and it was one of the moments where I was like, ah, damn,
that's a learning moment.
You fucked up. You shouldn't have done that. You getting these little deals where me and her, like, they like to talk shit. And sometimes it's like, hey, dude, chill out. Stop. I already told you to stop.
Oh, you already, girls,
Yeah,
I
but-
know.
And that one moment where it was like, I had to bark back at you.
I know it feels bad.
No, but you have
I
to
know
do
it
it.
might suck. That's what I was about
Yeah.
to say is you're putting in the work with them.
Yeah.
Like you're in there day in and day out putting in the work.
Yeah.
I think you're obligated to
Yeah.
to fuck up
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. It's like you said, you know, I'm not your friend, I'm your father. You know, I got to be that
You
guy.
can understand because you may not understand. Like, man, why is my dad always tough on me?
I know.
And
And it wasn't till I was an adult that I understood his parenting. And that's what sucked is because I spent my whole childhood thinking something totally different about my dad.
Yeah.
And then it turned out like, fuck, my dad did love me. He did care for me.
that's how I feel about Steve. And you know how much me and him hated. I hated my brother, and that's my dude. He was my father figure, and he would hate me for saying that back in the day. But yeah, now I realize like all the shit I thought he put me through is because he gave a shit. And now you know my
I
kids.
mean, he prepared me for the world.
Amen, bro.
And I just didn't realize that until I was out in the fucking world.
I've always told my dad that I love him, and my mom, but like when I started hearing it more on this podcast, you know, the way that you talked about your dad, and then, you know, we've talked about it multiple times of, you know, before he passed and stuff, and I've always tried to tell myself that I'm ready for that moment because, you know, I'm just tired of seeing my dad suffer, but to be able to have him on this earth and still be able to tell him I love him, to tell him I appreciate him, to you know, it's a blessing. You got to take advantage of that stuff. I know we hound that thing every time that I've been on here. We've hounded it, but
Can do it
you know,
many more
you know,
times.
but it's a beautiful thing to be able to just pick this up right here and go, I love you.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's not that hard. And right before this year, you push it out there. Hey, it's the holidays. Tell people you love them. Call those people you haven't called. Talk to those people you haven't talked to. You know, it's not that hard to be a good person.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you. Like I said, I'll say it over and over. It does not cost you anything just to say I love you. Just to say have a good day. Just, you know, like you said, for some reason, me and this dude click like no other. I think something's wrong sometimes whenever I don't see a reel on my Instagram. Or
Did I make him mad?
What happened to this fool? Is he on the shitter? It's been too long.
It's like, damn, he does work a lot.
Got called up to his job.
I don't know if I scroll through them.
But one night I'm getting 20 fucking TikToks at like 3:30 a.m. Oh, he works night.
Yeah. No, but he gets it from me in the morning. I'll come back and start the 15 in a row. All right, fucker. That's awesome. Like.
Thomas, you need to get up on the fucking game and get a IG already, fucker.
I know. Well, I used to, my kids. I blame everything on my kids, but yeah, I'm gonna do that.
He's gonna
tonight.
be like, "Hey, make me an IG."
That's exactly.
My bad, that's a porn phone. Get that back.
Yeah, make
Oh,
out-
that's the sticky one there.
Yeah, you go get the disinfectant. I'm
Dad.
sorry.
That's the one with JP on it. Oh, shit, man. I guess we'll close it out, bro. You have any shout outs?
Man, shout out to just everybody, brother. All your listeners, family and friends. San Juan, he's my brother, man. You know,
Shout out San Juan.
San Juan, dude. I love you to death, homie.
That's a friendship that is fucking gold.
And I'm grateful after all these years, man. I told him yesterday, I was like, man, I didn't even know if you'd recognize me. He looked at me like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, dude, after something years, you know, I know we all move on, and it's just, I'm grateful. Yeah, that's my brother, man. So shout out to San Juan and all that he's doing, and just your show, your wife, everything you do, bro. I love to see you happy. I love to see you
appreciate that,
grinding,
man.
and
Appreciate that.
I mean that. Keep doing it.
You come out here and you always shout me out, bro. And I want to like legit tell you that you mean the fucking world to me.
I love you, man.
And you know those are not just words. Yeah. You and your girls, and I'm so ready to do their senior portraits when they're fucking ready.
We love you, bro, and I couldn't thank you enough for just welcoming me back. You know what I mean? Because brothers, there's a lot of homeboys that lose touch, and some people hold bitter grudges, and you never made me feel that way. And I really do pray, like, whether it's your kids, somebody that's lost touch with a friend, and if make that step, like if be the bigger person, and I can never repay you enough.
Yeah.
It's been over. It seems like we've never missed a beat, bro. And I'm grateful. So I love you for always just being there for me and my kids, and just hyping me up, making my kids think that I was a cool person and shit like that. So I appreciate you more than I can
you
explain.
were pretty fucking cool, bro.
But I appreciate
for
you
real.
more than you know, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, I know I fluff your balls a lot, but I
Give me a
appreciate
kiss,
it.
huh?
That's for get the oil for
That's for the OnlyFans. Shout out to
You got any shout outs, brother?
fucking Mike.
Hope you could top that.
Yeah, right? Damn. Where's Paul at? Just everybody as usual. You know, my wife, my kids. You know, y'all. Like I said, I was telling Jonathan this morning. You know, every podcast y'all put out, there's a little bit of something for everybody. You know, whether it be slap dick shit. You know, talking real shit. You know, you having those ladies on today. Even down to just Ramos and them on Ramos and Friends, just shooting the shit, making people laugh. Just laughter's medicine, dude. A lot of people eat this stuff up and just keep doing what y'all are doing, man. I love it.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, shout out to whole John Eric. Shout out Pundel's every Friday and Donnie Flams every Monday. And E for everybody. Get you a little taste of E for everybody. And Ramos and Friends. That's both of the Pundel's separate podcasts, if you guys didn't know. Give them a listen. Check them out. Rate and review them. And I'm going to ask a favor. If you guys are listening and fuck with me, if you haven't rated and reviewed my podcast on whatever streaming service you are, if it would help me out tremendously. Yes. I'm really trying to further my reach this 2024. And just please rate and review, like and subscribe. And if you don't fucking like it, let me know you don't fucking like it. Constructive criticism.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
I'm growing for that.
I can like it. Fuck you, puto. I'll see you.
I'll send Mike.
I'll go with them.
We'll see.
He's gonna knock on the door. Are you user 9754? Did you say?
It's gonna take me longer to read that. 9724.
He's on Thomas. Read that.
Read that. That's you. All right, fucker.
Before you end the show, I wanted to tell you, man. I wanted to try and do something for Valentine's Day. I know we talked about it.
Yeah,
and,
man.
If you have any listeners out there, I was thinking about doing a raffle, but instead of that, you know, I know we're not asking for no money, but maybe if you want to give a shout out to somebody for Valentine's Day, I have 2 tickets to a Lady Raiders game and a $50 gift card or cash value, whatever, for dinner for 2. For any of your whether it's your loyal listeners and customers, or if they want to tag some people in.
So
it.
this episode will come out the week before Valentine's.
Okay, so
that's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So if they want to go to your page, if they want to reach out to you personally, it's 2 tickets to a Lady Raiders game. One shout out. You know, I love me some basketball. Me and my girls go out, but you've done so much for us, man. And I've had some people reach out to me personally. And 2 tickets to a Lady Raiders game and dinner for 2.
How do we decide the winner?
Really, man, if they can, whether they want to go to your Facebook page, Instagram, share, whether they want to screenshot it to show that, and then we can go and pick a winner. Pick a winner.
Fuck yeah.
And there'll be a second place prize, maybe a $25, $30 gift card.
What about a grand prize though? If a single lady wants her ass eaten out by
access to your
806,
a 1 month pass to your OF
to eat my ass for Valentine's.
The same number to mow your yard. You can reach me at that one, but DM me on that one.
Do we pick a winner on that one?
He's I'm down for some culo quesadillas.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
I love culo and caldo.
Dang, my mom could not stop laughing at that shit. She's like, JP's crazy. I was like, this motherfucker, dude.
Bro, put that on a shirt.
Culo and caldo. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So if they hit you up, I'd love that.
We'll fucking do that
for real, bro.
Yeah.
So
hell yeah. So once again, man, shout out to DJ Kipo, the official DJ of the JP Lopez Show. And Tigre Burrito. If you guys hadn't tried Tigre Burrito, slap yourself, because
that's good.
Yeah, man, he's legit. And then I think he's said that he's about a couple months away from opening the restaurant.
Okay. Oh yeah,
yes.
So
where's that gonna be?
Right behind it.
Right behind it, bro.
Yep.
Okay, hell yeah.
So he's a couple months away from grand opening.
Right next to Cello's and all that. Where they're
yeah. So yeah, hit him up and Patriot Paint Construction. But until next time, guys, read some books.
Oh hey. Didn't see you there. This episode is brought to you by DJ Kipo. DJ Kipo handles all things like weddings, quinceañeras, anniversaries, and graduations. He's good at what he does, keeps the party going. And hit him up on IG, TikTok at DJ Kipo 806. Once again, that's DJ KEEPO 806. Oh, it's you again. This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in commercial and residential. They also specialize in drywall and paint. No job is too big or too small for them. Hit them up at 806-544-7199. Oh, you're still here? This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito, located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast and lunch burritos. They've also got some plates. Tell them JP Lopez sent you. But breakfast burritos are pretty fucking huge, so you better bring a big appetite. They're the shit.